to watch porn, and he was addicted to that. You
What the
know,
fuck did I just join?
we're talking about how Terry Crews was addicted to porn. He had a
Well,
porn
you
addiction,
know, he
and he
doesn't need
said,
to porn.
"Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, he can get whatever he wants. Look at Terry Crews. Have you seen like that muscle thing he does? I'm sure women love that.
Uh, oh, he's an American football player and actor. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually did used to play foot NFL, but he wasn't that. He wasn't like Tom Brady or Rob Gronkowski or you know what? I'm gonna go a Packers thing because I'm Packers. It wasn't like Aaron Rodgers or Devontae Adams, you know,
Yeah.
or DeAndre Hopkins. That's the Cardinals. I'm worried about that game Thursday. It's like I think we definitely can beat Arizona. And a lot of people say Arizona is unbeatable. They're 7-0 and they're gonna beat the Packers easy, but they're not. They're not because they've only gone up against the Rams and Titans, and that's the only good teams, and they're really not that great of teams. They're okay, but people definitely are overhyping. So I think we had a chance, but then Devontae Adams is got COVID or something. But DeAndre Hopkins for the Cardinals got injured, so it kind of evens out. I'm worried about our other receivers because Randall Cobb, Lazard, they don't get the ball too often. Because why would you throw to them if you've got Devontae Adams running those routes, making those plays? You don't need to, so why would you? You got the best receiver in all of history on your team. You don't throw to those people, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I love Devontae Adams. He's best black guy.
Best black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. See him, he's just chilling on the sidelines, and he's just having a good time. He's a good player, and he just plays well. He respects the game, and it's like whenever you see a football player doing that, no matter what, white, black, Chinese, do they let them play football? Is that like, do you think they have football in China?
I
Bombadil.
No, that's a real thing. Like, do you think the Chinese go, yeah, you can play football here, or do you think they go, no, that's too American?
uh,
They probably have their own version of it, surely.
let me see.
Well, that's soccer.
Yeah.
Do the Chinese play soccer? Are they good at soccer? You would know, Ren. You're Australian. You're not American.
What?
What's going on in
I
the
have no
soccer
fucking
world?
idea.
They have soccer.
I think Witcher never really was the same once Europe or what is he? English? Yeah, once England lost. I don't think he ever was the same. And
They do have a China national football team,
oh, nice. Now, wait, football or soccer?
like actual football, and they have a soccer team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like I'm gonna be honest, I think earlier I was saying words and I kind of thought it wasn't words, but for sure now I'm not saying words. I'm
No,
for
they're
sure this
words
time.
in its sentences, Bombadil.
It's not sentences. They're not
It
sentences.
is. They are sentences. I can
They're not.
render
You're
sentences. Yeah.
lying. I think that was a sentence. That was
Yeah,
definitely
man.
a sentence. I can prove that was a sentence. If you ask me, was that a sentence? And why? I can do that easy. That's an easy SAQ. But everything else has not been a real thing.
Not a real thing.
No. You guys ever think like, is there an edge to the universe? Because like, it can't be infinite. That makes no sense. That goes against everything we know.
I
Like
mean,
nothing's infinite. Now, I would say what I would go is that the universe is actually just a ball. It's a sphere. It's just like the Earth, and you just
Nah,
keep
it's
on going
flat, bro.
round, round and round. You know? You know what's actually really funny is my sister actually thinks the moon landing was fake, and I'm just like, that's retarded. That's dumb. Stupid. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the R word. That's rude. I say it a lot though. It kind of slips out. But I don't try to offend anybody. I think I'm a nice person.
You are a very nice and
You
kind
know, I
person.
think if I were Jeffrey, I would donate most of that money. Cause like what does he need? He doesn't even have to work anymore. Like what does he need all that money for? He's got so much. What is he gonna buy with that? Like at that point, it's just not even fun. It's just like, oh man, that looks really cool. Bought it. Boom. Right?
Right. Yeah. Uh, Bombadil, what's your opinion on the United States?
What about it? So that's a
Uh,
broad subject.
uh,
Like what time period?
you
I could
know,
talk about that for a little while. That could probably get me to 2 hours.
what's your
That'd
opinion
be
on the Cold
impressive.
War?
Well, where do we start?
The very
What
beginning.
part? The very beginning? So like when the US nukes Nagasaki and Hiroshima?
Yeah.
Well, I think that was it sucked, but it was kind of like it had to be done. And it was just like you've been fighting that big of a war for 5 years and had killed so many soldiers, but also families, and you just kind of gotta go. Listen, we hit one last target, we hit it strong, or two last targets, we hit them strong, and then done. We're good forever, and they did that. But of course, they weren't. They kept the A bomb, and later they discovered the H bomb, and the Soviets would get that too. And it's like, well, listen, we can trust that we won't blow up the Soviets just whenever, but can we trust them not to do the same? Like, and they said the Soviets said the same thing, and yeah, and that's the Cold War for you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, trying to find something else to talk about just by scrolling through YouTube. Um, what's your opinion on Alec Baldwin? I think that's his name. Shooting
Yeah,
the guy on set.
I saw a funny meme. It was like shooting a guy on Rust in 2007. It's like happy face because like Call of Duty, and it's like shooting a guy on Rust in 2021 because that's the name of the movie. It was funny. I can send it to you actually if you want to see that.
Sure.
Yeah, let me go find that. I don't. I'll send you two memes.
You'll send me two memes? Okay.
Yeah, this is the Alec Baldwin one. It's just some Jewish people dancing.
Alright, let me look at these.
I think I should go to bed.
Huh?
I think I should go to bed.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
if you think you need to, you probably should.
Yeah, but I also really just don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't like sleeping. But like it's also like once I'm asleep, like I don't want to stop. Like a Jerry Seinfeld thing. Like, what's the deal with
Hmm.
sleep? Well, I couldn't start it, but once I start, I can't stop. Like,
Is that what Jerry Seinfeld sounds like?
I know. You never watch Seinfeld?
I
I
have.
just so I've seen a lot of episodes of Seinfeld, but I never watched it from the beginning, and I'm watching it from the beginning, and it's just I thought of Levi doing it. I was like, oh,
I'm
yeah,
not a
Levi likes
Seinfeld
this
guy.
show.
Not a
Oh,
Seinfeld
I
guy.
love it. Also, like, I haven't seen all of Curb, but I like Curb. You know what Curb is? I realized I'm doing
No.
the brief Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's got Larry David. That's the old white guy that kind of looks like Bernie Sanders.
Hmm. You know, you ever seen Arrested Development?
No, but I've seen like a single episode.
It's pretty good.
I was alright. Looked alright. The one episode I saw, it had Lego Batman in there, so like the actor, not
Yeah, Will
not the
Arnett.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in all of them.
yeah. I don't really like that actor. I'm gonna be
You
honest.
don't like him?
He's alright.
But he does the Reese's ads.
Either is just annoying or he plays a pretentious cunt.
Hmm.
Like you ever watch Parks and Rec?
I think I've seen one episode.
Okay, well you gotta watch all. It's on that. I'm pretty sure it's still on Netflix. You gotta watch all Parks and Rec. It's so good.
I'll do that. Ren, what's your opinion on Will Arnett?
I don't think he knows who that is because he's Australian. You know, that's
Yeah, I
that's
have
the
no
weird thing
idea.
about Americans that we know like all the actors. Nobody else does.
No one else does.
Yeah.
Man, never thought of it that way. You know? I don't know. Uh, what do you want to talk about now? Got anything to talk about?
No.
I'm trying to DM Will, but I'm trying to make it words.
It's a
Do you
bad
want me to
idea.
DM him for you?
I I don't think that was words. I wasn't even trying though. So that's the thing.
You need me to DM it for you?
Yeah, you probably could say like I'm on NyQuil. Just tell him that I'm on NyQuil and I've been trying to stay awake for 2 hours. And if it's not words, it's not words. You know, it's really hot. That's another reason I don't want to go to bed. It's hot in here. I'm only going to bed hot. It's also like I know it'll cool off soon. Well, maybe it won't, because I feel like if it would have cooled, maybe I should just turn on a fan. I don't even. I'm like one of those people. I know a lot of most people, even in the cold, like going to sleep with the fan on. I don't like the fan. It's just noise. This thing. I hate that. Sounds like I'm being abducted by an alien.
What kind of alien is it? Is it like a Klingon or is it
No, it's like green people, big eyes, like Mars Attacks. You ever seen that
like the
movie?
ones from Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls?
No, I don't. I don't like that movie. That's let's talk about that because that's Indiana Jones worked really well because everything that was in there kind of could have been real, and it kind of like maybe the Holy Grail wouldn't kill you if you drank from the wrong one, but there could be that cup there. And that'd be really cool to discover. But then you go Crystal Skull and Flying City Fortress, and everybody's like, I don't care about that. It's a movie about archaeology, not fucking Star Wars. Like, come on.
Which movie had the Flying City Fortress?
I feel like something flew at the end and flooded. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of National Treasure. How
I mean the
how
big
many
flying
are
saucer
there's?
came
How
out in
many
like there's
are of the National
there's
Treasures?
two, I think, and then
There's
there's
two?
four
I thought there
Indiana
was
Jones.
four.
I only know of two. There might be four.
I feel like I remember looking for more, thinking there were four, and I couldn't find any.
Yeah. Hmm. What's your opinion on the other Indiana Jones movies?
Um, I really like them all, but I think the best one is the third one. It's got the best story, the best archaeology. Actually, no, I think the first one's got the best archaeology. Yeah, that's what I want to go to school for. If you did not know, I want to become an archaeologist, and I want to go to the Greek world or the Latin American world, like the Aztecs. I think that'd be really cool.
Would it be really cool?
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Um, you know, uh, what was I gonna say? Indiana Jones. I like the first, the third one. I did not like Temple of Doom though.
Temple of Doom is has some fantastic moments, but it also has some really bad ones. And that's good. That you could say like because of those bad ones, it's not a good movie, but you could also say because of those great ones, it's a great movie. And I think the best conclusion is just going, it's an okay movie, whatever. It's like one the Kamehameha, ooh, I got your heart now. That was cinematic classic. That was so cool. I really liked the idea that it was in India or like wherever, a different locale than the desert. That I liked. But I also kind of felt like at times it's just goofy. Like we're not drowning, we're crashing. Woo. It's like what's going on there? What is that?
We never get a story as to why the Chinese mafia is at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it in a little while.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a very long time.
You know what's weird about the Chinese?
What's weird about the
They
Chinese?
kind of suck.
Do they?
Not like Chinese people, but like China. But like they shouldn't. They got everything. I just don't. So I would say historically, the reason for China sucking is because they just don't. They get progress, but then it immediately stops, right? Like China right now, they're people are going, "Oh, it's the biggest. They're gonna become the best economy in the world," but they're not because they got this aging population, and they're not gonna. It's just gonna become stagnant. It's gonna be a good economy, but it's not gonna grow. And it's not going to become better than the US unless the US tanks, which it could. But the same thing happened with Japan. Now, if the US economy tanks, then so would the Chinese, though. So, yeah, I don't think it ever could be better than the US.
Yeah, I don't know if it could be.
Now, if the US economy tanks, I'll tell you where you want to be. You want to be like Sweden, because they don't really use the US dollar there. That's just not a thing. But everywhere else, it's going to be that standard. The US dollar is almost a gold standard, and I mean they just keep on printing more, so it's inflating.
Gonna be like Zimbabwe here pretty soon.
No, not Zimbabwe. Um, but it's not going to be good. I just hope if something like that does happen, they don't call it the Second Great Depression. That's all.
The Greater Depression.
I'd say like the Great Misery
Great Misery.
or the Great S- Depression causes suicide. What if it was like a lesson in the name? Like it wasn't like the Great Depression. It was like the Great Stay in School Kids. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be like killing two birds with one stone, man? I really think you know what? I'm gonna end it there. That's the TED talk over because I gotta go to bed. Um,
Do you?
yes, I gotta go to sleep because like it has it been how long has it not been words? How long has it just been words but like string tied together? You know what I'm trying to say? Just like words, but they're just words and nothing else, no meaning.
I think that there's a lot of meaning. Um, but it's like
Maybe
5 minutes maybe since it's kind of like
that's not bad.
yeah.
All right, hey, good night, guys. Remember, this never happened. There's people
Good night, man.
staring at me in game. I really hope they don't need me. 'Cause I'm
All
just
right.
gonna
Good night, man.
see ya.